Okay, so today another journal entry. Why is it a journal entry? Well, I didn't enter, and I actually had two opportunities to enter, and didn't do it. Tomorrow's another day. Tomorrow I'm looking bearish again, targeting these lows. If we're able to get down there, great. If not, I'll close where I need to close. All right. But yeah, I wanna kind of go through what happened today. So I was bearish today. You'll see why in a second, but really clearly you can see that you have this area of sellers. Price just doesn't want to go above there. All right. 25,400. That's pretty much where price is at. Didn't want to go above. Great. Cut down to the 1 hour, and you can see. Wait, let me draw that back on real quick, just so we can. This thing's moving slow today. What the hell? I just draw it back on so you can see what I'm talking about. Right. So 1 hour, you can see price doesn't want to go above here. We push lower again. Very, very, very slow movement back up. We come into it and then we drop off. Right. So show this on the 15. Because I was looking at this on the 15. This is where I wanted to enter. So you can see we have equal highs. All right, in here. Very aggressive push up. Very aggressive push down. My dumbass. All right. I put a limit here. Because actually I was in the middle of doing something. Stop above the high, like so. Limit like this. And target was not this low, because I expected this low to get hit, but this low. That was the trade, like so. Boom. So that was a trade, pretty much a 4-hour trade. Didn't happen because, well, didn't actually enter. Like a dumbass. Well, I put a limit order there, and I wasn't able to get in. As you can see, price came up like that. I was in the middle of doing something, so when I got back to the chart, it was already down here. I was like, oh my god, there's no way. And I'm like, yo, why not just put it here and make sure you get tagged in? You know what I'm saying? It's like, dude, whoopsie doo, you lost. You lose an extra 30, $40. Whoop tee doo. You know what I mean? But you would have made something like this, probably like 2,100, right? I'm like, damn, alright. Missed that first entry. Okay, cool. Let's see if there's something on the lower time frame. So came down to 5 minute. And again, this is where I'm so stupid, right? Because I basically did the same thing again. Price comes up here. We do all this stuff. We put in this we put in this, right? So I'm like, oh, you know what? Let's just put in a limit here and stop above the high, like this. I'm like, why wouldn't you just fucking press sell by market and call it a day? You know what I mean? You already missed your first one. Why wouldn't you just do that? And well, I didn't because, well, I'm a dumbass. And you can see here, boom, like that. Pretty much the same 3.5R, right? So I'm like, dude, I mean, you could have gone in this first one and gone in the second one, and you would have been golden. But because you didn't want to risk an extra, let's just say that's $270, right? You didn't want to risk an extra $60 in order to be in and make, 884. You didn't want to risk, extra $60 and make and basically $900. You're a dumbass. I'm like, damn. So yeah, two opportunities there that I didn't take because I wanted to be so precise. So looking back, tonight. I'm like, yo, dude, that makes absolutely no sense. You just missed out on, I think the first one would have been like 2,200. Second one was 15, 14, 1,500, somewhere in there. Because you were scared about losing money on the first trade, which was you were scared about losing money here, right? Which I don't know. You were scared about losing. I just want to make sure this is accurate, right? I basically did. I can't believe I did the same dumb shit twice, right? You were scared of losing $390, right? Instead of losing 424, so an extra $35. But you would have made 2,000. You know what I'm saying? It's like, well, not 2,000. No, that's incorrect. You would have made something like this, 1,400. It's like, you gonna let $35 stop you from making 14,000, 1,400. So yeah, that's really annoying today, really poor from me today. Now, the next thing as well, right? In dissecting it, like, I took 3 losses as that's documented. Now, in those 3 losses, I wasn't following the plan, right? I wasn't following ICC. When I look at this trade, right? This trade, and this trade, I'm following ICT pretty much to a T, right? So what do we have? We have our indication, right? We have our, oh hell, I can do that on an hour as well, right? Actually, we're doing a 30. 30 is actually really clean, right? So you have your indication, right? Indication. You have your correction. Now you're waiting for price to give you now essentially your continuation, which it did deliver today, but you're waiting for it to give it to you on a lower time frame. And how do you do that? You go to a 15-minute or you go to a 5-minute to get the details, as Saya always says, get the details, right? We get the details. What do we see? Price is clearly bearish. You're waiting for price to close below here on 15. That's how I was taking it. You're waiting for price to close below here. Once price closes below there, you're hopping in. Right? You can hop in here, cover this high. In this particular case, you probably could have covered this candle high. And then you just target this, or you target liquidity, which was this. And it's just kind of disappointing that I just didn't follow the directions. So in the 3 trades that I've won, I followed directions. I followed 1 perfectly, which I made money on. I did not follow 2 perfectly. I was able to get in perfectly on those 2. But I closed early. And, that was a lot of money. That was around 3,000 between the 2 trades that I didn't take. Then we also have the other ones that I've done, that I've documented in the journal entries, where it would have been about $3,000 again, maybe even more, And then you have today, which was obviously about $2,000. So I'm like, if I just follow the plan and do what I'm supposed to do, there's a very high win rate, and there's a lot of money to be made. So that's really where my head's at. As I said earlier in this, I'm looking bearish into tomorrow. Expect us to come up a little bit, but I'm looking for that entry again to go lower into these lows. right? That's kind of where I'm at with it. And yeah, that's what I'm looking at for um, price action going into tomorrow.